Most welcome to Historiespanarna History Reconnaissance. This is Delta and coastal operations in the Vietnam War. The Vietnam War was not only fought on land. The coastline and waterways were of great strategic importance. It started with a small fleet of U.S. river patrol boats in 1965. Then it expanded, and at its peak in 1968, the U.S. Navy Task Force 116 had hundreds of patrol boats, LSTs, minesweepers, helicopters and assault ships. The object was to interdict Viet Cong infiltration of the Mekong Delta, defend the waterways, and control the coastal shipping. And please, like, share and subscribe. It means a lot to us.
All along the 1,500 miles of South Vietnam's coastline, and in the endless waterways of the Mekong River Delta, 9 million acres of fertile wet rice paddies and farmlands. The only practical means of transportation for farmer and businessman, fisherman and tourist, government loyalist and Viet Cong is by water. Uncontrolled, this normal activity provides the VC with a continuing opportunity for smuggling and infiltration. It is clear to American naval observers early in the war that an essential step in denying this most populous area of South Vietnam to the Viet Cong would be the development of patrol craft suited to the task of controlling these lanes of transportation and communication. Some existing craft come close to fitting the requirements. The U.S. Navy's LCPL, originally designed for amphibious operations, is quickly singled out for assignment in Vietnam. The WPB, an 82-foot Coast Guard cutter used throughout U.S. waters, is one of the first craft to arrive for duty. Today, the Coast Guard and Navy work hand in hand on coastal patrol. More advanced designs are studied. An air-cushioned vehicle capable of 60 miles per hour over ground or water is tested to examine the possibilities it offers for use in swampy terrain. From this civilian hull is developed a new military craft, the U.S. Navy's Patrol Craft Fast, better known as the Swift boat. 50 feet long and capable of running at 25 knots, the Swift boat is armed with twin 50 caliber machine guns forward and a single 50 mounted with an 81 millimeter mortar aft. The Swifts are the first of the new Navy small boats to operate in Vietnam. Swift boats have also assisted in many special operations. The 81 millimeter mortar gives the Swift the capability to support friendly troop operations or defend Vietnamese outposts along the coast. In a firefight, the Swift's 50 caliber machine guns have been used to support reconnaissance teams, amphibious assaults, and cover the evacuation of wounded from combat areas. At Binh Tui, near Can Tho, on the Bassac River, is the headquarters for the River Patrol Force. From this command center, the activities of Operation Game Warden units throughout the Delta are coordinated. Almost everything that moves any distance in the Delta moves by water. These men, from intelligence reports and first-hand observation, keep up to date on where the VC are and what they're doing.
We don't have any support in there other than the Sea Wolves. We can get them for you in about 6-7 minutes. Make sure you've got your ammo checked out, your chow. Make sure you've got all your charts up to date.
Also based at Na Bay are units of one of the Navy's newest craft, the River Patrol Boat, or PBR. The PBR, developed from an existing civilian pleasure craft, has been redesigned and equipped for use in Operation Game Warden on the rivers of Vietnam.
I'll be the patrol officer, Stingray 1. Cover boat will be Stingray 17. We have friendly ambushes located tonight here and here.
These are the men who ride the PBRs. Their mission is to conduct continuous patrols day and night, denying the use of the waterways to the Viet Cong for the transport of men, supplies, or communication.
2300 in the dark of the moon, and the crossing attempts tonight will probably occur sometime between 2300 and 0300. I want one boat positioned in here all the time. The other boat will patrol through the complete area.
Each boat carries a 4-man crew, consisting of the boat captain and helmsman, a forward machine gunner manning twin 50s, and an aft gunner manning a single 50 with an M79 grenade launcher. The PBR is a high-speed fiberglass boat, drawing only 18 inches of water, with no propellers or other hull protrusions. It is powered at speeds up to 25 knots by water jet pumps, which not only drive the boat, but also steer it. Here in the Rung Sat, the primary mission is to keep the shipping channel secure. To the PBRs, this means constant patrol, checking out any suspicious craft or unusual activity along the shore. By denying the VC the ability to move freely in this area, Operation Game Warden has kept open the vital shipping route into Saigon. Warning shots fired in the air are the signal for a suspicious craft to stop and identify itself.
Warden X-ray 1, this is Warden X-ray. Seems to be heading to the beach. Take area under fire. Try for maximum results, over.
A junk or sampan that turns to run from a PBR has something to hide. And in VC territory, the PBRs don't take any chances.
Warden X-ray, over.
This is Warden 1, roger, over.
Warden 1, this is Warden X-ray. One sampan evaded to the beach. 2 male occupants abandoned a sampan headed up the beach. Taken area under fire. We'll amplify later, over.
This is Warden 1, roger, out.
Return fire from the riverbank indicates a larger force supporting the crossing. What looks at first like a couple of farmers or fishermen may turn out to be VC, carrying intelligence, supplies, weapons, or a sampan loaded with explosives.
Warden 1, Warden X-ray receiving heavy automatic weapons fire, vicinity of evasion. Request scramble Seawolves, over.
This is Warden 1, roger, out. Steel Base 3, Steel Base 3. This is Warden, scramble Seawolves.
At the River Patrol Force headquarters, the request for air support is relayed to an LST downriver, which serves as one of the several bases for special Navy helicopters supporting the PBRs. These are the Seawolves, armed helicopter gunships operated by Navy pilots from LSTs and airstrips throughout the Delta. They stand by on call to provide reconnaissance or fire support for the PBRs. Armed with machine guns and air-to-surface rockets, the Seawolves are prepared to move quickly to the scene of action. By working together, the PBR Seawolf team can deliver that extra measure of firepower which gives the edge to the small boat Navy. Beyond the rivers, into VC sanctuaries in the swamps and rice paddies. For many years, the South Vietnamese Army and Navy have worked together in river assault groups, attacking Viet Cong concentrations throughout the Delta. To augment this effort and increase the pressure on the VC, American assault troops are stationed on, moved and supported by ships and craft of the United States Navy. They operate in ever-increasing numbers throughout the 4,500 miles of rivers and canals in the Delta area. This is River Flotilla 1, an American fighting force designed for riverine warfare, with barracks and support ships which serve as mobile bases, capable of moving quickly from place to place in the Delta. The Navy craft assigned to accomplish this job have been adapted specifically for operation in the rivers and canals of Vietnam. The ATC, Armored Troop Carrier, which transports the assault troops. The CCB, Command Communications Boat, a floating command post, and the LCM Monitor, battleship of the fleet, which provides firepower to protect the force and support the landing. In effect, River Flotilla 1 is the amphibious assault group of the small boat Navy. The assault craft move the troops from the afloat base to the scene of the operation, often several miles away. In a typical search and destroy operation, as the force approaches their objective, they move from the main river channels into narrower streams, and the landing areas are softened up with fire. The assault boats hit the shore, and the troops are landed. The operation may last 2 days or as long as a week. While the troops are ashore, some assault craft are assigned to form a blocking force and provide gunfire support if needed. Others return to the base to stand by. When the operation is over, the troops are picked up and returned to the mother ships. Later, the entire flotilla will move to the scene of the next operation. Coastal patrols comprise the largest phase of Operation Market Time. But there is another phase, Operation Stable Door, in which the U.S. Navy has formed a protective screen around the merchant ships, which must wait in Vietnam's harbors until cleared to unload their vital cargoes. On a hill overlooking the merchant ships is the harbor entrance control post, in which a 24-hour surveillance is maintained over all movements in the anchorage area.
Listener 3-3, this is High Post, over.
The other half of this harbor defense team is a detachment of U.S. Navy gunboats, which patrol among the merchant ships themselves.
Listener 3-3, this is High Post, over.
High Post, this is Listener 3-3, over.
This is High Post. Eagle Watch, recon reports large fishing junk entering your area. Eagle Watch suspects he is changing course to avoid your patrol. Can you investigate? Over.
High Post, this is Listener 3-3, roger. Have contact visually. We'll intercept, out.
The Stable Door patrol boats move among the anchored merchantmen, guarding them from any possibility of Viet Cong attack or sabotage, which could come in the form of underwater swimmers, mines, or small boats. They are especially wary of civilian craft that enter the immediate anchorage area or move in an unusual manner. Suspicious junks are stopped and searched. Cargoes are inspected, and identification papers are checked. Stable Door patrol boats also work with divers of specially trained EOD or explosive ordnance disposal teams who are skilled in the detection and disposal of mines which could be planted by Viet Cong swimmers. By constantly checking the hulls of anchored merchant ships, these EOD divers have contributed heavily to the success of Operation Stable Door. From the harbor here at Vung Tau to the inland port of Saigon, it is 45 tortuous miles up a twisting, turning river called the Long Tau. What makes it hazardous is that the Long Tau winds through a 400 square mile area of mangrove swamps and waterways known as the Rung Sat, the evil place. From the air it looks drab, forbidding, uninhabited. But to the Viet Cong, it represents a continuing opportunity to sink one of those merchant ships, to block the shipping channel, and stop the flow of supplies to Saigon. Here on duty in the Long Tau is another detachment of the small boat Navy.
Take 'em in.
Bring in, forward. All clear.
Port ahead one.
Each morning, just after the first light of dawn, the MSB's, U.S. Navy minesweeping boats, cast off and begin to sweep the river.
Brookside 1-1.
All ahead 12.
5 Charlie.
The MSB is 57 feet long, wooden-hulled, and charged with the single vital responsibility of keeping the river free of mines. To do this, the crewmen deploy special minesweeping gear. It is designed so that when the sweep has been set to drag behind the boat, special blades attached to the cable will cut any control wires or mooring devices attached to the mines. Once the gear is out, the six-man crew settles into what has become a familiar routine. Long hours of methodically moving up and down the Long Tau, periodically resetting the sweep gear, standing guard, and more hours of sweeping. This too has become part of the daily routine. Somehow, no one remembers exactly how, these men have established their own small people-to-people program. It's not much: cigarettes, soap, a few items of food left over from their daily rations. But every day as the minesweeper passes this small settlement on the riverbank, the welcoming committee is ready. And in a way, the hand of friendship is extended. Day after day, from dawn until dusk, the MSBs sweep the Long Tau. And yet, it is never really routine. Often passing only a few yards from the riverbank, the MSBs are vulnerable and have often been hit by VC snipers and recoilless rifle fire. Vietnam has given birth to a new breed of sailor. Unprepared at first, he has developed the craft and weapons to do the job. Unskilled, he has studied and learned the ways of the river. Trained to military accomplishment, he has achieved many of his greatest successes through civic action. He sails not upon the seas and oceans of the world, but on the local waters of a small country in Southeast Asia. He is a member of a proud new rank of men who have taken a step beyond convention to accept a unique, new challenge in Vietnam, a challenge which has been met by the small boat navy.
That's all, folks. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe.